Welcome. What's good?
What's going on, people?
We back again. Say like a champ.
Absolutely. What's going on?
You know, just another day in paradise. It's a lovely day outside here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
Still a little bit on the warm side, but I'm digging it, especially late evenings and early mornings. It's feeling good.
Nah, man, that's what's up. Speaking of nice, it's getting a little warm, surprisingly. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Weird. I don't know, man. It's a little weird.
But you know that Arizona sun, once that Arizona sun comes out, anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Right. There's no limit to what it could do. But everybody tuning in, we want to welcome everybody that's coming in. We are here to make our Week 11 picks. And don't be afraid to comment your picks as well as we go along the way. We also got our permanent special guest. I think she's ready. Yeah, she's ready. It's Miss Myra May San Diego. What's good?
What up?
What up, Slackers? What's up, y'all?
You still at work? What's popping? What's that?
No, I'm in my mama's office.
Oh, okay.
House. Yeah, big old refrigerator behind me.
Making it happen. That's what's up.
Yeah, I ran out the office. I just got here, so I'm like, let me hurry up and jump on.
You're basically picking up the boys from school in a weird way, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Brother Eric in the building. What's good?
What up, sir?
What's up?
But that's what's up. Okay. So yeah, one thing I wanted to clean up real quick, even though this is not a traditional big show, is our episode 64 is not on YouTube right now. And I'm trying to figure out why, but one thing I think it has to do with our theme song. So they don't like it, man. They're hating on it. They do put some tags on there every once in a while, but this time they really wanted to take it down. That's the only thing I think it could be, because we didn't share anything else other than our own thing. So what's up, Bobby? What's good?
What up, sir?
So that being said, and I'm getting a little bit of echo. I don't know if that's any of y'all are hearing that too. But
TV.
Okay. But yeah, that being said, we're not going to do the intro today, just in case. We're going to see
just in case.
Even though we love the intro, we're going to have the remix coming real soon. So it's going to be all good.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Like we always say, we just try to get better a little bit every time. But episode 64 will be back up for everybody to check out real soon. So, all right. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yep.
Week 11 NFL picks. Real quick, of course, we got the big matchup tonight, just a little under 2 hours away. The Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. So we got our boys there, the two short quarterbacks. Down here in the middle, we have Tack McKinley. He got signed today by the 49ers.
I saw that.
So he's getting another chance. We'll see what's up with that.
Yo, we need to wait for moms.
The buses, bro.
What's up?
So we gotta wait for moms, because I'm gonna need her to slide in here with her picks.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Your boy is going. He's trying to get some bets on this weekend. So I need mom's luck, because mom been killing it the last 2 weeks.
Right. Carmen San Diego in the building though. What's up?
Hey, what up?
But yeah, mom's, she went 13-1 last week.
And I think the week before she almost won too, wasn't she? She was in the tie.
She was in the tiebreaker like the last 2 weeks before that too. So she was really trying to make it happen. So we'll see if we can get her picks today too.
I'm saying doing a damn thing. Okay.
I'm about to go back to Vegas.
Hey.
All right, yeah, Myra's favorite over there on the right. We got the buses and we got Andy Reid.
Not up in here.
Oh man, yeah. See, mom's is here.
Hey, let's get it. Let's go. Let's go.
But yeah, we'll see if Andy Reid's gonna try to stop the buses from circling again. We'll see if it happens.
Andy Reid standing in front of the bus.
He's trying to make. He don't want that. He don't want to see that bus happening again.
For sure, not my stadium.
Right. So, and then also down there we got Mark Colombo. He was actually fired by the Giants this week, but I actually like him. He's a former Cowboy. He was our offensive line coach last year, I mean. And apparently he got into a fight with head coach Joe Judge and got fired like same day, right on spot. So shout out to him. We'll see what happens with him. But that's our little NFL news for the week. And with that, let's go ahead and get into this Thursday night game. Chris, you want to give us a little preview? Tell us how you're feeling about this?
Yeah. Hold up. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Seahawks coming off back-to-back losses. You know what I mean? Even coming off the bye, they lost to the Rams last week, which is tough. Russell Wilson hasn't necessarily looked like Russell Wilson of the first, 5-6 weeks. So they don't, and the Cardinals are coming off a really, really high. You know what I mean? So Cardinals don't want to lose. They're trying to get fully ahead of the division right now. Seahawks trying to get back on track. So it should be a really, really good divisional game. Man, this one's actually really tough for me because, like I said, Cardinals are riding high, but I think Seahawks get back on track this week. You know what I mean? So I am going to pick the Seahawks to win this game.
Myra, who you got?
I'm going to agree with Strizzy on this one. Both of these teams are sitting at 6-3. Their 6-3s both look a little different, especially where they're at in the seasons right now. I'm with Strizzy. The Cardinals are riding a high from last week, but I think the Seahawks are itching to get back on track, itching to get that win again. Russell Wilson, he is Russell Wilson. I think he'll do great against the Seahawks, against the Cardinals secondary. I'm just worried about that receiving core right now with the Cardinals. Like Strizzy said, it's a toss-up for me, but I really think the Seahawks get back on track, and I'm calling the Seahawks on this one.
Yeah, I'm with both of y'all. I just am excited to see a really good game.
Right.
It's a primetime matchup, so a good game will be definitely worth it.
Yeah, I expect a shootout. Like Bobby said in the comments, Seahawks' defense is trash. But they do need it. They're like Carmen Sandiego says here, they can't go 3 losses in a row.
Facts.
I agree. So I'm with Seattle as well. Brother Eric is too. Seahawks will win this one.
Metcalf to go off.
Yeah, he's definitely beast. But all right, that's what's up. So we got our Thursday night. Let's move on to Sunday. Starting off the week, Sunday morning, we got Philadelphia Eagles at Cleveland Browns. Myra, who you got?
I actually picked the Cleveland Browns on this one. Philadelphia has been struggling a little bit. I mean, everybody in the East in our division has been absolute trash there. So I'm going to go with Cleveland on this one. I kind of feel like it's a toss-up, but I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going with Cleveland too. Nick Chubb is such a beast, and him coming back last week, he did his thing. I still don't know how Chris got him off waiver wire somehow. Like, I didn't know. I was like, and I don't know how that happened.
She dropped him. She let him go.
I was like, what? So
I had a rough week where like so many of my people were out, and I had to let him go off of IR.
But I swear I put the waiver in. I swear I put the waiver in time. I don't know how I have a lower waiver than you because I think you have a better record than me. So I don't know what happened with that.
Because it's based on, I haven't picked anybody up in a really long time. So what happens is as you
move up or whatever.
So as you use your waiver, you kind of go down to the bottom. So I haven't used mine probably before anybody else. So I just been chilling because I've been winning, so I haven't really had to use it. But man, I saw Nick Chubb on the waiver. I was like, I was like, I was actually I think one of my running backs was injured or out. And I was like, man, I need a running back. And I know Chase Edmonds he took kind of a back. It's weird. He takes a back seat to Drake, but he outperforms him almost every week
because
with like less touches.
Second downs, you know what I'm saying? That's why.
Right. And, but, with Drake back, I had to put Chase on the I'm keeping him because if Drake goes down again, Edmonds is a monster. But I had to go out there. I saw Chubb on the waiver, and I was like, ain't no way.
Yeah, I was when I saw the result of the game
season.
Yeah.
I've had a rough season with injuries and people being out. It's
been tough for me too, for sure.
I think I dropped to 5-5 real quick when I was like at the top for a while.
I know I was undefeated for a little bit, and then I fell back. But all right, that's okay though. But yeah, so I got the Browns in this one though. Long story short.
For sure. Yeah, with both of you guys, I'm taking the Browns as well. Chubb came back last week. He had a really big game, 19 rushes for about 112 yards, something like that, 120 yards. And Hunt, same thing. He had 19 rushes for like 106 yards as well. no touchdowns. So even if Baker's not playing well, they can always rely on their ground game, and they got two of the best in the league. So I'm taking Browns as well.
For sure. All right, next we have Atlanta Falcons at New Orleans Saints.
This is you, isn't it?
I think it's you.
I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons. Even though I love my boy Jameis Winston, and this is going to probably be his first start, it's going to take them a second to figure out the quarterback situation. And it's a division matchup. Atlanta's primed for this, so I think it's going to happen.
I'm with you on that. It's different. You know what I mean? I want to see what Jameis looks like going forward. When he did come in, he really didn't look very good last week. But I mean, that could be timing. He hasn't really worked with the first string offense. Those guys. I know he missed Michael Thomas on should have been a gimme. But you can see it's going to take a little bit of time for him to kind of get into the offense and get into like the string of things. So I am going to take the Falcons on this. Falcons haven't looked bad last couple weeks.
This is another toss-up. Excuse me. This is another toss-up for me. Like, what the hell are the Falcons going to do with Jameis Winston? Like, are they going to play Jameis Winston? Like, does he have strict instructions? Like, hit Michael Thomas on the slant, give the ball to Alvin Kamara? Because I think that's the only way they can be successful. Like, real strict. Like, you got two things to do: hit Alvin Kamara and hit Michael Thomas. Like. But I agree with you, Al. Like, the Falcons have been playing pretty well. That defense has seemed to have stepped up. The defense has not allowed more than 23 points ever since the new coach took over. But I think we're really underrating the Saints right now. So with this, I'm gonna throw a wrench in here, and I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that too. I understand, and
Yeah.
even if he doesn't get those strict instructions, they can still hand the ball to Kamara like over and over and probably be productive. So it's going to be a fun game, though. In the chat, we have Saints from Brother Eric and from Bobby. He says they're going to eat a W. Norman San Diego's got the Falcons. Oh, and Bobby was talking about Nick Chubb could have had the TD at the end. That was so funny when he
I know.
dipped out of bounds. It wasn't funny for the bettors, though. All right. Moving on, though, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, trying to do his thing at the Washington football team.
Man, this is...
Strizzy, that's you. What you got?
I'm thinking. This one's really tough, too. You know what I mean? Both these teams have kind of struggled all year. Cincy's actually looked pretty good too. That they remind me a lot of like the Chargers. You know what I mean? They're in almost every game. They're just not able to kind of get these wins at the end. And Alex Smith actually looked pretty good last week. They almost came back and won that game. I think I am gonna go Washington on this one, just because I think they kind of pick up from where they left off when things started going well for them last week. So I think I am gonna go Washington in this game. I think defense plays a big part too.
Man, this is such a tough one for me because Cincy's O-line is trash and Washington's defensive line seems to be somewhat productive. I think that in itself puts a lot of pressure on Burrow, but I think we cannot count Burrow out because it's Washington football team. Like I really just can't feel like I can put my cards to say Washington's going to win this. So I'm going to go with Joe Burrow and hope he pulls out some magic out the hope he pulls out a rabbit out the magic hat. And I'm going to call Cincinnati on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you, Myra. I'm going with Cincinnati as well. I do think Chase Young's probably going to get after him a little bit, but I think Burrow will do enough. And they were pretty competitive against the Steelers last week, so competitive enough,
Yeah.
So we'll see what's up. But I think I'm going to go with Cincinnati on the road, too. It looks like pretty much everybody in the chat is going with the Bengals as well. Yeah, so all right. Chris is out there with the Washington football team, though.
Yep.
All right, next up we have the Detroit Lions at the Carolina Panthers. Strizzy squad.
Go ahead, Myra.
So this is definitely a battle of the QBs. Who's going to step up to the plate and score some points? Are we going to put our hope in Matthew Stafford or Teddy Bridgewater? Both of these defenses are absolute trash right now. So we're really going to hope on the offense to score some points. With that said, I'm not putting my hope in Teddy Bridgewater. We've seen it time and time again. He's not stepped up to the plate. With that, I think Matthew Stafford and company outscore them. So I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions on this one.
Oh, yeah. See, this one's a really tough one for me, too. I really don't know who I want to pick. Ultimately, I might change my mind, but right now I'm actually leaning towards Carolina. I like what they did against the Bucs defense, and even though they ended up getting kind of blown out in that game, I feel like in a similar game against Detroit, they can keep pace and maybe do enough to win. So I'm actually going with the Panthers at home.
Yeah, this one's tough. I would definitely like to think that we should beat Detroit, but honestly, right now we don't even know if Teddy's playing. He injured his knee last week. He might not play.
Right.
Christian McCaffrey has officially been rolled out of this game as well. So Mike Davis has been great though with McCaffrey out. So obviously you want to have CMC, but Mike Davis has been playing pretty well. Although I think he got slightly injured too last week or something like that. So we'll see what happens. We're pretty banged up though, so I think that's the scary part. I think we can still beat Detroit, but Detroit's just one of those teams too, man. Like when they play well, they play well. And I don't know. I am gonna take Carolina. I think we can beat them, but it's gonna be a toss-up. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Even the chat split, we got 2 for Detroit, and then we got 2 for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Bobby says easy.
Dang. Well, it depends, man. Like I said, we got a lot of injuries. We don't even know if Teddy B's playing yet.
I like PJ Washington, though, honestly.
I do too, honestly. I don't know.
He doesn't have a lot of experience, though.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot, but I think too, like when he came in 2 weeks ago, when Teddy went down with the neck injury, before he came back in, I feel like Matt Rule was just come in here and do a little bit right now until we can figure out what's going on with Teddy. So we'll see if he has a full week. If he's been working with the ones, we'll see. He might have a little bit more game script and I'm just going to do a little more.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1, 2, 3. Pittsburgh.
You know what? I'm actually going with Jacksonville in this game. Not going to lie. Pittsburgh is primed for a loss, and they're looking ahead to the next week's matchup. And Jacksonville, I got my boy on there, Luton, however you say his name, their quarterback. He actually stepped in and played pretty well for undrafted guy. I'm actually going with Jacksonville on the upset here. And I need to, kind of make some stuff happen. So that may or may not be part of the reason.
I feel you. It's funny. I agree with you. They got to lose sometime, but I think they still win Jacksonville. I think I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it because the Ravens look lost. They look like they're imploding from internally. So I don't know. I think the Ravens are going to actually win next week somehow. But yeah, I'll take a Pittsburgh on this one too. But I think Pittsburgh loses the following week.
Myra, you got Pittsburgh?
I got Pittsburgh. There's no way in hell Jacksonville is going to come and beat Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's rolling full steam ahead.
You'd be surprised. Pittsburgh plays
they are up for a loss. They're still undefeated. They are up for a loss, but it's definitely not going to be against Jacksonville.
Yep. I say this every week though. Pittsburgh plays to their Pittsburgh plays to their
the level of their opponent, basically.
Exactly. So they do it all the time. Like Dallas almost got them. You know what I'm saying? Like they do this every year. Like they'll beat the big teams and then sometimes they'll lose to the weak ones. So
hey Dub, Mama said Steelers. I think you need to switch it.
Steelers. Yeah, everybody in the chat is going Steelers as well. So
for real.
We'll see what's up.
It's okay. You pick Jacksonville. I gotta catch up on our you pick 'em league. So
right.
Right.
That's the real thing is that now that I have a little bit of a lead on Myra, I can just make some crazy picks. But
I didn't play it all last week, and I'm right behind you. So.
It's something about that 10-0 number, though. I just feel like it's just
eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Right. Let's move on to another intriguing matchup. The Tennessee Titans at the Baltimore Ravens. Strizzy, I think this is you.
Yeah.
It's your East Coast team.
For sure. I'm going Baltimore on this one, actually. I think they're still pretty beat up about losing to them in the playoffs last year. You know what I mean? And Lamar Jackson said it a lot. He's like, I underestimated him. he's like, I went into this game looking towards the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, and Tennessee came in, they got him. You know what I mean? So I think this is one of those games where he's going to really come in like, I'm taking him seriously this time around, and we got to make sure we have to beat this team. So I think Baltimore's going to win this game. Plus, coming off a loss to the Patriots, they want this win for sure.
I'm going to agree with Struzzy on this one. I'm definitely going to go with Baltimore. This is a great matchup, and I kind of feel like the Ravens owe the Titans one. Being that said, this game is definitely going to be on the shoulders of Lamar Jackson. Not only his passing yards, but definitely his rushing yards. I think that's where he gets Tennessee caught up. Their defense has not been that productive, especially not against the run. So I think those rushing yards will be big for the Ravens, both what Lamar carries as well as what their running backs do. So with that said, I'm going to call Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I'm with the two of you. I think I'm going to have to go with the Ravens as well. Should be a good matchup, though.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tennessee's going to try to go right back to what worked last year, but I don't think it's going to be the same this time. They'll be ready for them. So
for sure,
I'm going with the Ravens as well. All right, next up we have the New England Patriots at the Houston Texans. Down there we got our two quarterbacks. Myra, take us away on this one.
This is such a toss-up for me, especially because the Patriots have been struggling so much the last couple of weeks. But then again, we got Houston sitting at 2-7. I'm just absolutely, man, my Texas teams are sucking this year. It's absolutely horrible. I really think it does come down to Cam Newton and how his receivers do. With that said, Deshaun Watson has nobody to help him out, so I'm going to call the Patriots on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Patriots as well. You see what their coaching can come up with, even when they're like losing guys left and right on offense. But they're still finding a way. I feel like they will against Houston. I can't believe Houston, I think they only scored 3 points against the Browns.
Something like that. It was pretty
was trash.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was a low-scoring game altogether.
Like, if you just going to show up,
by the way.
if you just going to show up to kick a field goal, yeah, you just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking New England as well. Deshaun is unhappy, man. Like, he's really upset right now, and he's showing it too. Like, he's been pretty upset with coaching, offense.
and
not
then you
making
gotta
adjustments
watch.
at halftime. Like, he's been pretty pissed off, and I don't think anything gets fixed this year. I think they lose this game too.
And then you gotta watch who they let go. Get that catch last week. Y'all let him go.
Right. Adding insult to injury on that one.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
I'm saying throwing salt on the wounds.
Everybody in the chat's going Patriots as well. So, all right. Wait, you guys all said, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move into the afternoon games. We got the Miami Dolphins at the Denver Broncos. I'm going with, you guys know who I'm going with. This is my little AFC side thing. This is my crew. I'm going with the Dolphins for sure.
The AFC side piece.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dallas don't know about it yet. You know what I'm saying? We keep it from
Right. Don't tell Jerry right now. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You're on the hush.
But no, I'm definitely going Dolphins. You can see from the beginning of last year where Flores was kind of taking this team, and I just like how it's all working out. So
yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm loving it. I was kind of with you last year when we were watching kind of like Miami came together, and I said last year when they were no wins, I was like, they're not gonna lose every game, and then they started winning a couple towards the end of the season. And I like what they're doing now, man. Special teams and defenses look great. Ground game has actually looked pretty good. Tua's not making a lot of mistakes, you know what I mean? I feel like he's learning and progressing every week. He's not depressing. So I like Miami over Denver too. I think Miami continues to roll. I honestly think Miami wins this division. I think they can catch up to the Bills.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Myra, who you got?
I'm going to pick Miami with you all. Miami's sitting real nice at 6-3, whereas Denver is sitting at 3-6. I'm with you, A-Dub. I really like what Flores was doing, what Flores has been doing with the team. Their defensive scheme has been great. I mean, the Chargers straight up said, like, we don't know what the hell they were doing out there. So to hear that kind of compliment on the team lets you know they're doing their thing. And the fact that they put Tua in as quarterback has definitely sparked their offense. So with that said, I'm going to roll with Miami.
Yup. I love it. And everybody in the chat as well, Dolphins, Fins, Miami. So, yeah, clean sweep. Wow. Next up, we have the New York Jets, still looking for that elusive first win of the year against the San Diego Chargers.
Is this me? Yeah, Chargers for sure. I still feel like the Jets are still just a really, really bad team overall, and I think Chargers. I want to say it's going to be competitive, but actually the Chargers win this and like I think they kind of like give it to them. So. Take a Chargers. Herbert's been great. The teams look good. They just, haven't been able to close these games, but I think they can close a game against a really bad team like New York. So I'm going Chargers on this one.
I'm going to agree with you. It's not going to happen for the Jets right now. Bosa has been cleared from concussion protocol. Took me a while to get that out. But yeah, I think that's going to stir a lot for the Jets quarterback. So yeah, they're not going to. I agree with Striz. I think it's going to be a wreck. It's going to be a wreck for them. I think they're going to give it to them. So definitely calling the Chargers on this one. You gotta step back a little.
Hello.
You've got clothes on today.
Oh wait, do I though?
Uh-oh.
There we go. This is better.
That's what's up.
I said, do I though?
I'm also going with the Chargers in this one for sure. Everybody's going with Chargers. Bobby, this is funny though. He said Sid from Toy Story gets the win. Yo, that's funny. He kind of looks like it.
He does.
Just need to get to the skull shirt. And then Brother Eric says Joe Namath would have to suit up for them to win.
For sure.
Hopefully, like back in time, Joe Namath, though, not today's. But okay, yeah, I think we all know what's going on there. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Indianapolis Colts. Phillip Rivers up there looking for a big win. Myra, what do you think?
Man, this is such a toss-up for me because the Colts defense is good, and the Colts defense does really well against the run and putting pressure on the quarterback. Everybody's coming for the Packers. Everybody's coming for the Packers year in, year out. The Packers are currently sitting at 7-2, and the Colts are sitting at 6-3. I think everybody is going to want the Packers to win because it's Aaron Rodgers, but I think this is going to be an upset, and I'm going to call the Colts on this one.
Nice. Yeah, see, I'm kind of with you. Their defense is good, and we've seen Green Bay get handled by like more physical.
Yeah.
So the Colts, I think they're actually the betting favorite in Vegas, or they actually are on the line, the favorite, which is pretty crazy. I may change my pick later, but I think Green Bay is going to get it done. I think that they are going to find a way to kind of make it happen against the Colts defense, just because if anything, they'll simply outrun the Colts. So a tough game though.
Man, I'm with you. I've been literally going back and forth with this one for a little while now.
So
Colts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the Colts, they like I said, defensively they look great. They're what's the linebacker's name again? I love this dude too.
Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard.
Yeah.
Dude, like this dude leads his team in tackles by still a fair amount, and he's missed like 2 to 3 games this season. Like the dude is a monster. He's a beast, man. And like he's the quarterback of that defense. I love him. He's still so young too, which is crazy. I think this is his 3rd year now in the league. Like he's only been in the league.
So yeah.
Yeah, like
he just came out like gangbusters, basically.
Yeah, I think he led the league in tackles his rookie year. Like so yeah, I mean, over 100 tackles each year. He's on pace to do the same thing this year. Dude's an absolute monster. I actually like what the Colts are doing, and I would not be surprised at the upset, but I am going to go with Green Bay on this. You know what I mean? I think Green Bay is really looking for that like quality win over a quality team, and if they're going to do it, they got to do it against the Colts. So we'll see, man. Aaron Rodgers kind of improved, but like you said last week, A-Dub, like nobody's really scary right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's like Colts probably aren't scared of the Packers, but I think Packers aren't afraid of the Colts either. So, but I go on Green Bay on this one, but man, it's going to be close.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this game is like such an even matchup that it's like you can't help but favor either one. Like, you're talking about a good offense versus a good defense. So, like, who's going to end up capitalizing on that? You know, they say defense wins championships, but we shall see, because that is Aaron Rodgers. So
Right. Yeah. I don't know. In the chat, we're kind of split. Brother Eric and Moms are with Green Bay. And Bobby's on the Colts for the upset. He said he likes that call. So, yeah, it's going to be – I don't know. It's going to be interesting, though. It's going to be a very good game. Next up, we have what may or may not be a good game. We got America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, at the Minnesota Vikings. I think it might be my turn. Is it my turn?
Yeah, I think so.
go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Vikings. You guys know I hate to pick against my heart. I'll be rooting for Dallas, but I think that Cook, after kind of being bottled up last week, he'd probably go off this week against a little bit of a weaker defense in Dallas. And still not exactly sure, just a little bit. Still not exactly sure how Dalton will play, or if he will get the go all the way after coming back from first the concussion and then COVID. So I just think it's going to be touch and go on Dallas' side. Minnesota knows what they're doing, and they're at home. So,
yeah, I completely agree with you. I think this is the first time maybe this year where Cook was held under 100 yards rushing, and he had 30 touches. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, he went against a really, really tough defense this past week. So not the same case, you know what I'm saying, with Dallas. So I think you're right. I think he goes off. I think they just are unable to stop him this week. And I honestly feel like they shouldn't go back to Dalton even if he's healthy, because I think the kid that they had the week prior, he actually moved the offense. That's the first time this offense has moved since, Dak's been down. So go with what works, I always say, but I'm taking Minnesota as well.
I'm with you, A-Dub. I hate to have to admit this. I have to go against the Cowboys, but that was my biggest X factor on this game. They are going to feed Dalvin Cook in this game. His rushing yards over attempts, he's going to kill this game. I like how you put it so kindly, over a little bit of a weaker defense. That's ever so sweet of you. But over the next 3 weeks, Dalvin Cook is going to eat against these teams. So definitely, I'm rolling with y'all, and I'm calling Minnesota on this one.
Yeah. Moms has got the Vikings as well. Brother Eric says skip. 1-4. My mom and I did get a chance to go to Minnesota a couple years back, and that stadium is dope. Like, it looks really cool. We didn't get a chance to do a tour or anything like that, but just driving around it, it looks pretty dope. It's pretty tight. So it's too bad that there won't be fans there for that atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? But it's still a pretty cool setup.
You're right.
He said Bobby's going Vikings. Yeah. At some point, exactly. The fact that the Eagles went and Eagles lost last week, you know what I'm saying? That everybody's at the top is at 3 wins.
Yeah.
Everybody's like kind of in play. It's crazy.
Is it just me, or do the Eagles tie every year?
For the past couple of years, it seems like they did.
Yeah.
And they tied all the way back when they had Donovan McNabb. Because do you remember that? It was overtime, and overtime ended. He didn't know that a game could end in a tie. He was like, he was like, there would just be another overtime. So, yeah, it seems like they're always involved with ties.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, they're going to win just because of that stupid tie. Watch.
Right. But I think 6 wins might be enough in the NFC East, which is embarrassing.
Yeah.
All
6 wins going to get it.
Okay, let's move into the Sunday night matchup. We got the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Las Vegas Raiders and the Big Roomba Allegiant Stadium. Myra, who you got with this one?
I'm going to set the stage on this one. So Andy Reid is coming off of a bye, and Andy Reid has spoken so much this week about this damn bus situation. So he is hot. He is hot. He's bringing it to the Raiders. We could not take it away from Gruden, though. Since his return back to football, he's made some amazing things happen with the Raiders. They're definitely going to make the playoffs this year. But the Chiefs are coming off of a bye. I really feel like Patrick Mahomes is cooking. And because Andy Reid has spoken so much about this bus situation, I think they are going to beat the brakes off of the Raiders. The Raiders really need to put their money in Josh Jacobs in hopes he shows up and absolutely eats. But I think with the way Andy Reid has set the stage this week with this whole buzz situation, they're going to give them the business. So with that said, I'm calling the Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree with you. I am going with the Chiefs as well. Only chance the Raiders have is really, like you said, kind of feeding Josh Jacobs, but also going on really long, time-consuming drives. If they do that, they can maybe stay in it, but I got Kansas City in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think, it's funny. Andy Reid has been around for a really long time, but I don't think there's, aside from maybe Bill Belichick, dude, like, he's stayed with it. Like, okay, it was getting faster. It's all offense now. Like, he's been with it. I feel like he brings out the Super Bowl package in this. Like the playbook for the Super Bowl is what he's going to be using on them. I think they really come back because I feel like they should have never lost to them in the first place. You know what I mean? So I think they really come at Las Vegas this time around. Like, it's going to be one of those games. Like, y'all remember when the Patriots had Randy Moss, and they were just like, I think they went undefeated almost the entire year to the Super Bowl, and they lost.
Yeah,
dude, I think it's gonna be like that. They're gonna be up like 40, and they still gonna keep going. Like, they're gonna keep it pushing, man. Like, they gonna run it up. They definitely gonna run it up.
Bobby agrees. He said it's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
Hey, with that said, I don't think I've ever seen Andy Reid this bothered by something. Like, he really has brought this up so much. He's such a even key type coach that, like, even watching him in the Super Bowl and have emotion was like kind of cool to see. But this bus situation pissed the hell out of him.
I know.
Get my man a cheeseburger, he'd be straight.
Right, yeah.
Right. My man a cheeseburger.
I just think it's hilarious, and as the more he comments on it, the more I love it. Like, it's so funny.
Right.
Oh, they got hit twisted.
They really hit the spot with that one.
That's why I was dying with the picture at the for our week 11 pick. Yeah, like standing in front of the bus. I'm like, you killing me with that. He really has been so bothered. He's brought it up so many times during interviews this week. And it's funny because they brought it up to Gruden and he really didn't want to speak on it. So we shall see. It's hammer time. Hammer time for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Gruden was like, I don't know what you're talking about. We just got lost. And so we got
GPS.
He's like, he thought he was supposed to go out that way and he had to go around. Bobby says, don't disrespect it. All right.
Strizzy, that's got to be a new video. Josh Gruden and the
double cheeseburger. Hey, you're right. Hey, look, dog, I love Coach. I love Coach. Hey, Andy Reid is the man, dude. Like, he was successful everywhere he's gone. So no disrespect. I'm literally just saying, give my man a cheeseburger. He'd be straight. Yeah. He's gonna be cool.
All right, let's get into this Monday night matchup that we'll have to close out the week. We've got the Los Angeles Rams with the geometric ram shapes against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Strizzy, I think I skipped you, so you go first on this one.
No, you're good. This is interesting, man. The Rams trip me out, dude. I still don't really know who they are yet. You know what I mean? Like, are y'all contenders? Are y'all not contenders? Like, I really don't know with this team. It's crazy. They looked great they looked good last week. You know what I mean? They got the dub. I think we chose them to win against Seattle, and they did that. Bucks obviously murdered my team last week, but they got destroyed by the Saints the week prior to that. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a really good one. A lot of playoff implications with this too, because who's sitting on top of the NFC right now? Is it the Bucks? Oh no, it's the Saints, right? Because Saints, yeah, it's the Saints. So yeah, man. I mean, I think the Bucks really need this win, so I'm gonna go with the Bucks on this one. I think they want that first week bye, so going Bucks.
This was such a toss-up matchup for me because they're both sitting 6-3, and it's like I don't understand who they are depending on the week. Like for both of these teams, what I gotta give the Rams is that their defense has been great. You got Jalen Ramsey shutting people down. You have Donald. Like their defense has been great, but their offense seems to struggle. Like just depending on the week and who they play. And then on the other hand, we have the same thing going on with the Bucks. Like their offense quasi struggles depending on who they're playing that week. And Their defense has been doing okay. I really think this game comes down to Godwin and our boy Antonio Brown. Are they showing up? Are they making things happen? I think Antonio Brown is going to make something happen, and I'm going to roll with the Bucs on this one.
Got you. It's so funny when I was making this, I didn't even think about Antonio Brown. How could I have forgotten about him? I thought it was pretty interesting. Punt returning.
I'm gonna shoot him a DM again.
Yeah, tell him, ask him why they have him on punt return, please, because that's pretty crazy for me. But yeah, this is a really close game. This is a toss-up game, but I'm actually going with the Rams. I feel like they got it rolling after the bye week, and then after beating up on that familiar opponent in the Seahawks, I feel like they know what's going on now. And like we were talking about, and like I was saying a couple weeks ago, like it's looking more and more like that 2018 Super Bowl team where the way the offense operates, it doesn't really matter if it's totally superstars running that scheme. They just make it work. Because even if you remember that year, they picked up C.J. Anderson off the streets when Gurley got hurt, and they had him plugged in there doing work. So I feel like they're getting going. I feel like they're going to go and actually get an upset on Monday night.
I feel you. I say this is difficult either way. And the funny thing is, like, it's crazy. It's kind of like, and I hate to say this, but I feel like the Rams remind me a little bit of the 49ers. I feel like they're kind of weak link as a quarterback. You know what I mean? I feel like Goff is kind of like – I feel like he's played well because of McVay, I think. But, like, I just feel like when they play bad, it's because – right. You know what I mean? I feel like they have so many pieces, so many strong pieces on offense and defense. And I feel like this team goes as far as Goff takes them. If he doesn't play well, they'll lose.
Yeah, this is such a toss-up, like I was telling you all a while. And I agree with you, Strizzy. Like, McVay is such a good play caller. That it definitely, like, he makes things happen for that offense. But at the same time, when Goff is struggling, they fully have to depend on their defense. Like I said, Jalen Ramsey is shutting people down. I mean, you could almost look at him for that defensive player of the year, but that's hard when you're playing on defense with Donald. But yeah, I agree with what he said. This is a heads or tails. Like, toss that coin, and whoever has a good game that day, that's who's going to take the dub. So I really like this for a Monday night matchup. I feel like we've had so many shitty Monday night games that this one actually makes me excited to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that wholeheartedly. This is definitely one of the better matchups for sure. But in the chat, we got a couple for Tampa Bay. Mom says my Rams. She's going with her Rams as well.
Okay.
As Bobby said,
I know. Is it too late? Is it too late?
I don't know, but that might not be facts over feelings, though. You never know. We'll see.
For sure.
But Bobby said I need that picture. Are you talking about the Andy Reid picture? We'll have to put that up on our Instagram for you, for sure. But yeah, so that's it. I think we'll go ahead and shut it down. Oh, I didn't get the bye week teams. I just remember I didn't put them on there. But if you got fantasy, check your fantasy to make sure nobody's on a bye week.
Yeah, I was checking that today. I'm telling y'all, I'm struggling on my fantasy team, so definitely looking at who's on bye.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to play Ezekiel Elliott this week or not. Because
man, you and me both. But bye week teams are Bills, Bears, Giants, and Niners.
All right. Thank you, fam. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I think that's that. Before we do, break apart for today, I don't know if you guys want to mention anything about the draft last night?
Sure. Let's talk about it.
How did you like it, Myra?
I really like that they took our boy from Georgia, number 1. We were on the money from our Tuesday show for that. That definitely was impressive. LeVar Ball wearing the cap, I told you so, was absolutely comical. # King Petty himself. I was intrigued, though, even though he was at 3 and we knew that Charlotte had that pick, I do find it intriguing just because MJ is on the ownership team and how that's going to work out with LeVar Ball being such an outspoken, strong personality. I really like the moment with our boy from the Knicks. What's his name? Tipton? What's his last name?
What did he do?
He came out of Daytona. He played for the Flyers in Daytona, Ohio. He had no offers, nothing whatsoever. He took Daytona to the tournament. And the fact that he got picked up by Dayton. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dayton. You're right. You're right.
The 500.
Dayton Flyers. I really like the fact that he got picked up by the hometown team. Like, and just seeing how he was just overcome with emotion. Like, that's just such a monumental moment, you know, just as an athlete, just seeing everything come to fruition. So I thought the draft was super cool. I've been so excited watching all these trades and these moves and things that are going on. Yeah. Prayers up to Klay Thompson. That's definitely an injury that we hate to see, especially on a basketball player. Prayers up to him. Hope he gets well soon. Man, as soon as they found out that injury was serious, they're trying to make the moves to get Kelly Oubre over to the Bay. I think that is a great fit.
What'd you
say?
I said he would be going hyphy in the Bay for sure. I'm sure he would like it much more than OKC.
I did think, you know, the fit with Shai Gilgeous. What's his name?
Brother Eric did call that too. He did say that Jordan was going to grab him. Yep. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Yes, thank you. I think them two playing together would have been a good fit. But I really like the fit more with Golden State. So I'm excited to see where the trades are going. Definitely basketball is a sport that I absolutely love watching. That's my first sport. So just excited how everything turned out, how everything's going. So yeah. I love we have sports. We have sports back. We got things moving.
Exactly. And basketball is basically just a month away. And also starts tomorrow too, so we'll really know what's going on. Hayward opted out. Trez is out there. There's going to be some interesting pieces available, so we'll see how these rosters fill out.
For sure, it's going to be interesting. Another thing I really like too, I know you mentioned Klay Thompson, but they picked up, some little AZ phenom, Nicole Mannion.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So dude, exactly. So that kid's been really good since high school, man. So and he can shoot, he can drive. Like he's actually really athletic too. He actually reminds me a lot of Manu. So I'm interested to see, like, with Klay going down, if they're going to try to implement him a little early into the offense, because I think he could really kind of get in there and make some things happen for them. So him being with the Warriors. So we'll see what happens, man. It was a really cool draft night.
Yeah, I think
congrats to all those kids.
Yeah, congrats to all the draftees. But the one thing that I thought was funny is, and I mean no disrespect, or maybe just a tiny bit of disrespect, but Commissioner was looking like Skeletor up there, dog, like super skinny. And then every time he hit one, he turned around and like clapped like a freaking Haunted Mansion butler or something. Like, I just was like, dude, you gotta like show a little bit more life, little personality, man.
For sure. I feel like he's always been like that though. He's always been very kind of like
Jack the Pumpkin King.
I'll say like he belonged in the Tim Burton movie. Boy. Exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah,
he's looking like Jack Skellington for sure. It's like, man, but it was just weird how he'd always be clapping like while they're watching the video of the family and stuff. But
these virtual drafts, the virtual drafts are crazy, right? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but I think the NFL went the hardest for sure so far because they kind of had it like really kind of squared, like dialed in. The NBA's was okay, but this is another thing that I complained about this on Tuesday, and I am going to continue to complain about it a little bit. It's just weird, though, that they don't make the trades official until after the draft. Mm-hmm. So all through the draft, they're like, okay, this is the Celtics. They're picking this guy, but he's really going to go to the Timberwolves. So the very first thing this dude does is put on a hat of a team that's already traded him away. Like, I don't get that, and I don't get why they don't just, if it's a trade, a draft pick, they just make it official before the actual draft, so that way he could put on the right hat. Like,
for sure, that's a big piece. That's a big part of the draft. You know what I mean? Like,
and some of them were actually switching. They're like, "Oh, this isn't going to go here. This is actually going to go to the Nets." And like Wojnarowski was like popping up and stuff every once in a while to like correct stuff.
Yeah.
Even when they talked to John Calipari, they were like, "Oh no, he's going to New York. Don't you guys know that?" They were talking to him about one of the Kentucky kids, and I'm just like, I'm confused, dog. I need it real simple.
For real.
Just tell me where he's going
for me, please.
Yeah,
make it make sense.
Yeah. But hopefully they'll maybe fix that one day, or I'll just have to try to keep up better. I don't know.
We need to start putting our suggestions in the suggestion box. Like,
For
dear
real.
NBA, that is
Is anybody else irritated?
Give them the correct cap.
Yeah. So, even
Real
the one kid was like, I don't even want to put this on. Like, I can't remember who it was, but he was just like putting it on. But he's like, I'm not even playing for them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So what do they do with like that cap that they already put on? Like, do they keep it or do they take it back?
I don't know. Like, well, they give them all the draftees got all 30. I think but that's the reason. Still, the reason they've been doing this so long. Like back in '96, like we have a picture of Kobe wearing a freaking Charlotte Hornets and holding up the Charlotte Hornets, knowing the Lakers drafted him. Like,
right?
It's weird, but
yeah,
I don't know. But
like,
Kobe came out with some alternate. Yeah, but Kobe came out with some alternate colorways for the Charlotte Hornets, so they came out pretty fire. So I guess it serves a purpose.
It worked out.
Yeah. But that's all I got pretty much. So I am excited for a lot of these matchups. I'm excited for tomorrow's free agency. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to go over when we get back here on Tuesday when we come back together.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Times.
So, but I want to thank all the slackers out there with us. If you're in the Yahoo Pick'em League, make sure you go and put your picks in before the deadline. And we'll see who wins next week. Shout out to Moms for winning last week. And I think we're going to make that pretzel happen probably tomorrow.
Okay.
So, yeah. Trying to dip out early from work tomorrow. So we'll see what's up.
Nice.
All right, then. I am A-Dub. That was Say Like a Champ Week 11 picks.
It's your boy, Strizzy.
It's your girl, Myra May.
And also, in honor of super producer Marcus, Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
Peace.